Good afternoon. And thank you for joining me again today for another office hours training. And as you know, or for those of you that don't know, part of my job as that strategist is to help you have some aha moments, self discovery moments, and helping you see what no longer serves you so that you can release them. All that helps with the breakthroughs. That's where you start to shift. That's where the magic happens, be it in your personal finances or your overall business. So, I am Crystal Gunn, your financial strategist and your small business consultant. So, last week, I started training on identity and impact, mastering self, business, and customer engagement, specifically around the startup phase businesses and that have products that you make typically at home or in some shared space. And I went a little bit into why these specific businesses. So go back and watch those videos. Part 1 was who are you? Part 2 was what is your business? And again, go back and watch those trainings for more insight on that. So the last remaining question on that topic was who is your customer? So it was who are you? What is your business? And who is your customer? And so under who is your customer is the customer avatar, the one-time purchaser, and the repeat buyer. So today I just want to dig into customer avatars. What is it? Why you need one? And how to even start to figure out who your customer is. So, what is a customer avatar? Customer avatar is also known as a buyer persona. And so it is a detailed profile of your ideal customer. That's it in its simplest form, a detailed profile of your ideal customer. But before I go into what a customer avatar is on a deeper level, let's talk about the 5 top reasons you need to know your customer avatar. So the 5 top reasons you need to know your customer avatar. Number 1, for targeted marketing. Knowing your customer avatar allows you to create marketing campaigns that speak directly to the interests, needs, and pain points of your ideal customer. When you know that, this will increase engagement, conversion rates, and return on investment because your messaging resonates more deeply with the defined audience rather than a generic and broad one. So say for instance, you sell products for women, lipstick, makeup, body butter, etc., right? So your product, one would think, okay, well, my customer is women, but you have to go back and you have to narrow it down because all women don't wear makeup, right? They may not like lipstick, or they may only want vegan lipstick and not regular lipstick, right? They may, be allergic to certain things in body butter, so they want to make sure that it's totally organic. So you have to know those things in order to target that customer avatar. But without knowing it, you're all over the place. You wind up wasting money. Your sales aren't where they need to be. So target marketing, knowing your customer avatar allows you to create those campaigns that speak directly to the interests, needs, and pain points of your ideal customer. Number 2 on the top 5 reasons you need to know your customer avatar, product development. Understanding your customer avatar helps in designing products or services that solve specific problems or fulfill the desires of your target market. It ensures that the features, pricing, and user experience align with what your customers actually want, ultimately leading to higher satisfaction and adoption rates, right? You don't want to create products that your customers don't want. But if you don't know what your customer wants, that specific customer, your ideal customer, you're going to waste a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of effort creating products that don't sell. And then you wind up thinking and or believing that you don't have a good product. You have a good product, but you don't have your ideal customer, right? So number 3 on the top 5 reasons you need to know your customer avatar is brand messaging. So a well-defined customer avatar enables you to create brand messages that connect on an emotional or deeper level with your customer. By knowing the language, the aspirations, the concerns, the beliefs, the characteristics, even the type of music liked by your avatar, you can communicate in a way that builds trust and loyalty, ultimately allowing you to build a strong brand customer relationship. You got to know your customer. You want that strong brand customer relationship. Why? Because they're going to become repeat buyers. Why? Because they're going to refer your products. Why? You're going to do more sales because you're speaking to them in ways that resonate with them. So number 4, on top reasons you need to know your customer avatar, the customer experience. This is one that I love the most because for me, the experience just in life in general is everything. But by anticipating the needs and preferences of your customer avatar, you can tailor the customer journey to provide a seamless experience. So that customer journey, right? From when they first see you, your brands or your product, right? All the way through checkout and then what they get after they've purchased your product. All of that is the journey. So think about it. Yep, you want people to buy your product, but is that where you want their journey to end? That's the journey for you, but what's the journey for them? What's the thing that's going to make them come back and buy more? That customer journey. So think about whatever it is your product is. What is the journey that you want to take them through? That journey is going to be the thing that helps build that bond between you and your customer, your products and your customer. And you want that journey to be a seamless experience. What's the journey for your customer? What's the experience that you want them to have? The more precise your avatar, the better experience your customer will have with your brand. The personalization leads to increased customer satisfaction, positive reviews, and or word of mouth referrals, which are invaluable for business growth. I have a friend who owns a bridal salon. And just last night, I was talking to her and she was telling me a story about how a bride and her daughter, this is an older bride. So her daughter is truly an adult, like not a teenager. And the whole crew had gone to, had come to her bridal salon. And whatever happened, the bride found the dress that she wanted. She loved it. She thought it was perfect dress, but her best friend wound up talking her out of getting that dress that day. And apparently the bride, the best friend, whoever, and the daughter maybe went to different bridal salons, bridal shows to find a dress. Well, ultimately, the bride and the daughter came back to my friend's bridal salon, right? And got the dress that she had really found the first time that she had gotten there, right? So she came back, she bought the dress. But one of the things that her daughter said was that through all of the places that they've been looking through brides, that the experience they received at my friend's bridal salon was excellent. It was above board, and they didn't get anything like that anywhere else. What is the experience that you want your customers to have? Number 5. So number 5, reasons why you need to have a customer avatar. For strategic focus, strategic focus is number 5. A customer avatar helps you in prioritizing business initiatives and resource allocation. You cannot cater to everyone. Focus on the most profitable segments of your market. This strategic focus can streamline operations, reduce wasted efforts, and ensure you are catering to the customers most likely to contribute to your business's success. They will come back and buy from you again and again and again, right? You want to make sure you're talking to the people who are going to buy your product. Again, if you make products for women, you think, well, all women are going to buy my product. No, that's not the truth, right? So you want to make sure you're targeting your ideal customer. You're going to do that through bringing and creating that customer avatar. So after hearing those top 5 reasons, you should know your avatar. You understand the importance of knowing your avatar. So let's dig a little deeper into the definition of that customer avatar. So your avatar represents, it's a semi-fictional character based on market research, real data, and your existing customers. If you already have existing customers, look at them. And as you build out your avatar, you want to know the demographics, such as age, right? What age of individuals are going to buy your product? So someone, I'm not buying products from my 10-year-old. If it's makeup, that's your product, right? So what's the age? What's the gender? Who's buying your product? What's the income of the people that are buying your product? Remember, your product has a price point. What are you selling your product for? Income is going to be a determinant, is a huge factor in whether or not somebody's going to buy your product. Now, you may say, yeah, my price point is really high, but I have people in college buying my product. They might, but they might not be that repeat buyer. They may have wanted a thing, so they saved up to get a thing, right? That's not your ideal customer. You appreciate the sale, you appreciate the purchase that they did, but they're still not your ideal customer. Remember, you're not only selling to your ideal customer, but you're marketing to your ideal customer. You want anybody who wants to buy your product to buy your product. But in order to drive sales, in order to build your company brand and to grow your company out, you gotta focus on your ideal customer. So what's their education level like? Depending upon what your product is, that education level can be a driving factor onto whether or not they're buying your product, right? Do they have children? Do they have pets? These are key things to niche it down more for better outcomes. Also include psychographics like interest, hobbies, values, fears, beliefs, motivation, and pain points. For me, one of the things that I talk about on the financial side for the financial strategy is the pain points, right? That pain point, not having the money to live the life that you want to live, not being able to buy the things for your children that you want to buy, not giving your children the experiences, you not having the experiences in life that you want to live. Those are pain points. So depending upon what your product is, those pain points can become very, very important in deciding your customer avatar. But if you haven't looked at it, everybody doesn't need what you offer. Some people may buy it, but remember, we're trying to focus in on those individuals who are your ideal customer. The purpose of creating a customer avatar is to humanize your target audience. It allows you to tailor your marketing strategies, communication, product development, and services to the specific needs, behaviors, and concerns of the group of people most likely to buy from you. You can target the group of people that are most likely to buy from you. Everybody could possibly buy from you, but who are the people that are going to buy from you the most? That's who you want to niche it down to, right? It's not a real specific person. It's an archetype that embodies the characteristics, again, of your best potential customers. Your products are for women, right? Let's just say that your products are for women. So picture this. Picture taking 1,000,000 women and dropping them into a funnel, which looks at all of those things that we just talked about, right? Age, gender, income, education. Do they have children? Do they have pets? Hobbies, interests, values, fears, beliefs, motivation, pain point, music that they like, right? Look at all of those things. So they're going through this funnel, and this funnel is shifting those people out, these women out, based off of all of those things that we just talked about. And out of the bottom of the funnel come uh, 100,000 women out of the million. Those 100,000 women that come out of the bottom of that funnel, that's your ideal customer. They are your ideal customers. That's who you're going to market to. You're not marketing to all of those million women that you dropped into that funnel before you had your customer avatar, right? It's the women that come out of there that match those things that make them more likely to buy your product than those others. So out of 1,000,000 women, if you get 100,000 women, if you get 50,000 women, that's a great thing, right? In this example, who's your customer? Who is your ideal customer? So those women that come out of the bottom of that funnel, that's who you market to. They become your repeat buyer. And guess what? They hang around women that are just like them. So that's where that word of mouth marketing starts to kick in. And it has greater impact because like people hang around like people. So they just gave you another customer that you didn't even have to market to. So who is your customer avatar? Who is your customer? It's going to be crucial. And if you niche it down to who your customer is, you're going to be surprised at what happens with your sales over the next couple of years. And remember, if you go back to that first episode where I talked about who you are, what's your business, and who's your customer, one of the things that I talked about in that is with what's happening in the world and the shift that's coming. Well, the shift that has already started and where people are spending their money and what they're purchasing, because there's so many things that have all of these products, that so many products that have all of these chemicals in it. And so this is why I said I'm specifically talking to those people who make things themselves, right? Who may or may not have gone to the level of, having your products created by a manufacturer or whatever. You're still creating them yourself. Guess what? People are going to want your products because they don't have all of those chemicals in them. And people are going to want your products because they're tired of what they're getting in these major stores, these big box brands that cost a lot, but the quality isn't there. So as you're going through this and you're creating that customer avatar, as more and more people continue to move away from, I'm going to call it mainstream stores, right? They're going to come to you. You have to be ready. But knowing your customer avatar is going to save you a lot of time, energy, effort, and money so that you can target those people who want what you have, your ideal customer. I think that's plenty for today. Remember, constant elevation is key. So you become better today than you were yesterday. And it's time for my favorite things. And I'm going to go back to my favorite thing today is what it was a few days ago, Chat GPT. If you are not using AI in your business, you're doing yourself a disservice, right? If you're not using AI in your business every single day, you are doing yourself a disservice. So that's my favorite thing for today. Chat GPT 4.0 is the one that I use. Chat GPT 4.0 is a $20 a month charge. Chat GPT 3.5 is free. 4.0 does a whole lot, well, not a whole lot, but does some extra things, from even creating images and doing all of that for you. But either one, start with the free one or get the 4.0 that costs $20 or whatever, because there are some other AI technologies out there, whichever one works for you, but use it in your business every day. Don't just use it for descriptions and things like that. Use it for that. I talked about that in a previous episode, and we kind of went through some examples, but also use it for helping you think. Use it as a business partner for helping you think. So that's definitely that's my favorite thing for today. Now, as always, I'm going to give you some homework or some next steps, because life is about elevation. It's a journey. Just got through with a personal client who wants to do some things with her business. But everything she's saying, and I had to say to her, I said, I'm not trying to be mean, but you're not ready for what you're talking about yet. You don't have a solid foundation for that yet. So everything is about a journey. You can't start on the first step and want to jump to the landing, which is 10 steps higher. You got to go through the steps. You may be able to, take 2 steps at a time, but you can't jump from the bottom to the landing in one swift step. It's about the journey, because the journey is where you is where you find things. The journey is where you're inspired. The journey is where you fail and you learn the lesson. So it's taking the journey one step at a time so that you get the most out of it. And that's why I break it down into very, very small steps, right? So what does that homework look like today? Look at your avatar of your current customer. See where the similarities are, right? And if you know them personally, that's even better, because you can go and you may be able to ask them questions. One of the episodes before, I talked about going back and doing some surveys and getting some information from your current customers, right? That focus group. And remember, I said, especially if it's a new product, that focus group may or may not be the people that are closest to you. But look at the avatar of your current customer. Break it down. What's the age group? What do they like? What are their dislikes? What do they follow on social media? What kind of music do they like, right? If you're creating reels for your product or your service, and you're using, it's not just about what's trending in music, it's what's trending in music for your customer, right? And being able to put that music overlay on the reel will help your customer stay on that and watch that reel in its entirety, and may also help them or encourage them to dig a little deeper and do some research and click the link in the bio and all of that thing. So who's your current customer? Look at that and see, like, however many current customers you have, what are the things about them that the most of them have. Let's say you have 100 customers, and out of 100 customers, right, all 45 of them have children, and so 50 of them have college degrees, and uh, the majority of them make X amount of income. Look at them and look at what they're doing, because they're buying your products, and you want to include that in building that customer avatar. So then look at your products. Start to build an avatar of people who would buy your product or service. Niche it down as far as you can. Looking at who's already been buying your product. If you have products already, and if you're new, niche it down. Who's going to buy your product? Again, what's their age group? What's their income level? What's their education level? Do they have children? Are they, if your product, again, if it's lipstick, do they only want the vegan lipstick, or should you have both lines? But the data is going to tell you, and use AI to help you. Plug in your product. Do the details of what your product is. If you use AI to already write your product description, plug that product description in and ask AI, who should your customer avatar look like? What should that look like? Who is your ideal customer? See what AI tells you. See if it matches the data that you already have. Do some recon and look at other people who are selling your product. There's so many methods and things out there that you can use to find out this information. So look at your avatar of your current customer. Look at the products that you have and start to build an avatar of people who would buy your product or service. Niche it down as far as you can. Drop that million people into the funnel and see what comes out at the bottom. That's who you're going to market to. And use AI to help you get through the process. So if this information has been helpful to you, please, please, please do me a favor. If the information has been helpful, subscribe to my channel and be sure to turn notifications on so you don't miss a training. If you're in need of personal or business strategy, let's talk about it. Go to crystalgunn.com, schedule a consultation. The link is also in the description. And just as we wrap up for today, always remember to give yourself grace. We spend a lot of time giving grace to other people, how they treat us, that they didn't support us, what they didn't do, what they did do, right? Give yourself some grace. Keep striving for your next level and never, ever give up on you. Invest in you, and I promise you it will change your life forever. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side at the private Q&A. Peace. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time. Be sure to join me for the private online Q&A immediately following. The link is in the description. And if you haven't done so already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel and turn notifications on so you never miss this opportunity. Thank you again, and I will see you